Hello, everyone. This is going to be episode 2, daily check-in here. I got a run later after market, so I'm going to try and get a video out now. The market did some crazy things today. Honestly, I'm just kind of shocked. It was a lot to talk about. I'm going to try and cover it quick though. It looks like GameStop is going to follow the market sentiment, and as soon as it went back and down, or that, bleh, I can't talk today. Once it went down into this trend, I guess it was like, nah, we can't, not staying here. So I'm happy to see this. It's healthy for the stock. Um, the 16 target before earnings could still get hit, but we'll just have to see. Selfishly, I'm hoping it just kind of goes sideways here so I can get a good entry before earnings. But still playing Microsoft, which scared me a lot today. So I wanted a gap up, but we didn't get that at all. We got a gap down, and you know, it rejected the supply zone. Microsoft rejected the zone, and it was underneath the diagonal or the trend, and with basically every other asset in the S&P down. I was basically mentally preparing to get out of my calls, but we somehow miraculously this thing just is strong, and I'm really happy that I picked this stock because I could have picked any of the assets. I was thinking about Apple, Nvidia, Amazon, but I chose Microsoft because it's just been really strong. The fundamentals have just been there, and I figure why not, right? It got an upgrade um in the holding percentage of the S&P. I believe it was below Apple, and I think it's the same as Apple now. Exactly, I'm not too sure, but it and then it scared me again because it came below the diagonal here when it was going to bounce off of it. And I was like, is this really going to happen? Because SPY, after running up like this, just shot straight down. And so, right here it's rejecting the diagonal again, and this red line is a pretty crucial zone, as you can see on the daily. Right? See how far back it goes and see all the rejections of this level. And so it's rejecting this level and it's staying below it. It's staying below the trend. And there's an event tomorrow, but the fractal has all-time highs. So I'm biased to say that this just continues to push up and that this is just a very devious shakeout. And all we're really seeing here are people trying to place bets, and they're trying to say, yeah, there's a pullback. It's too high. It's too high. But if there's one thing that I believe about the market is that it doesn't matter. Like your orders mean nothing. If if it wants to go up, it'll just replay stacked up buy orders, and it'll go where it needs to go. And that's all it's doing. It's just a game of crushing premium, really. And I think we're gonna close above this line. So we're gonna close above 454.83. We're gonna get above the diagonal, and then we're gonna fill this fair value gap, this really small fair value gap up here. And I'm not too sure of the fundamental of ICT trading exactly, but I'm pretty sure that if the trend is bullish, then it will prioritize fair value gaps on the upside, and that's exactly what I think it's doing. There are countless fair value gaps to the downside, but the fractal has to go up. It'll save all those gaps. All those gaps will get filled. Don't worry. Puts will print. Okay, I promise. Actually, I can't promise. I think they will print, but it's gonna take a little bit. So, I just want to see Microsoft stay above this diagonal. Gap down or gap up, I want to see it, stay above it. And so it's very shaky, this whole situation. It's right on the edge. It's just continuing to be on that edge, and it's hard to know exactly what it will choose at this point because of where it sits. Um, Microvision might just be, depending on the sentiment tomorrow after the GDP report, this could either just be a pullback or it could be a top. We'll see. But I really do believe that this will just mark up and that this is nothing but a shakeout. And I was up really big here at the top, obviously, just like this previous day, but I'm gonna see it through. It's just what I believe. So, things look pretty good in my eyes. GameStop bouncing off of um, this really good, important level. I think see how far back it goes. Mm, so I think this is a crucial area. Would like to just have it stay above this line and just continue to run up. Hitting 16 before earnings would just be insane. Because then that makes the fractal super, uh, credible. It's like if the target is 28, running up to 16 before earnings to fill this daily gap, that's just it's just picture perfect. The only reason why I think it wouldn't exactly do that is because you have 6 days, or FOMC is on the 13th, so you would have to give, or the stock would have a couple of days to continue running. So, in my eyes, what I imagine it doing is getting to 16, maybe going up like 30%, and then it continues to just gap up to 28, and then it'll come down with FOMC. So, not much else to say. I drew this little prediction out a while ago, and I think it's still holding up for the DXY. So, it definitely looks this is not natural price movement at all. I know it's burning a lot of people, and that this is just way too high. It's like what, up 10% from the low, and I'm here saying that it's going to keep going up. Like, ridiculous. Yeah, it makes no sense logically speaking. Like, it's ridiculous, but that's the brutal thing about fractals. This is why I care about them, because once you know the general direction or the bias of the market, it makes TA so much more comforting as a form of analysis. Because you can see where shakeouts are possible, and you can give yourself a little bit more leeway. You're not working with so many uncertainties. Like when it was down here below the diagonal, SPY was bouncing here. Right? It was making a higher low. Not a perfect trend, but you get the point, right? So I was like, okay, let's see if it bounces, and it did. And the candle closed above the diagonal, which is all I need. I'm not asking for it to be up high. I don't really want it to be, because then it makes the GDP report or the events forward. Because we have GDP, PCE, and then PAL speech. Like, are you serious? There's so much room to run here, depending if you know the direction. So, I hope your positions do well. I think AMC will start to run. I expect a big green day. I'm not even gonna. AMC is just one of those things, it's doing its own thing. But I wouldn't be surprised for a very big day tomorrow for AMC. So memes look good. SPY looks decent. I think it's just trapping, and we'll just have to see tomorrow. This is the time to place bets, So it's what a lot of people are probably doing right now. So yeah, that's all I got for you. I wish you well, and until next time, peace.